guys, welcome back for another episode of Gossip Girlies. I'm Cassie.
And I'm Kristen.
And today we have some new friends on with us, and they are from the podcast Katherine Squared. If you can't tell, they're both named Katherine, and that is why.
Easy.
Yeah,
Both
right.
named Katherine.
Just yell out Katherine. One of us will answer.
There you go. Maybe both of you will answer, and then I don't have to worry about which one is which.
I'm usually the one talking over people and cutting people off. Cass is a little bit more respectful.
Okay, that's exactly us. I definitely find myself like interrupting Kristen and being like, I'm so sorry, I love you. Please finish what you were gonna say.
Okay, there always has to be one. And
Yes.
that's why it works. That's why your pod works.
Exactly. Kristen is the one who keeps us, wholesome and
I
on
don't know
track.
about that, but
Well, thank you for having us. We're
Yeah,
so excited to be on.
Of course. It was something that we've wanted to do. So just so y'all know, we kind of went through like a rebrand at the beginning of the year. We were very like focused initially on reviewing documentaries and reality television. And we still do all that stuff. We still talk about it, but just wanted to have like a more generalized kind of topic. So here we are now, and one of the things that we both wanted to do was have more guests on. We all know in the podcasting world, there are so many podcasts out there now that it's just like, it's hard to make a name for yourself. So I was like, let's reach out to podcasts that are similar to ours. We like the vibe. Let's try and work together and help each other, try and get a little bit further in the podcasting world.
Yeah, it's definitely an oversaturated market, which is great. But then, of course, so competitive.
Well, it's also like all these celebrities have to have them. I'm like, you don't have a big enough platform already.
Okay,
I know. I'm like,
What about us
Sheena,
normal
do you
people?
really need a podcast? We see you every day on TV. We don't need to hear your thoughts.
See you on
Like, I'm
TV,
sorry.
We see you on Instagram. We see you on TikTok. Can nothing just be for normal people?
Yeah, that's so true.
Exactly. I even kind of felt that way about like I'm not in OnlyFans. Let me just put that out there and very clear. But like when the celebrities started joining it, like Bella Thorne started getting on it, I was like, you guys, like literally Bella Thorne, you could sell your feet pics to any random dude and have no problem. Like let these girlies get their bag.
Yes, there really isn't an app just for us normal people.
Yeah, no.
Also, I heard, I don't know where I heard this or read it or watched it, but they're like podcast started. Obviously, it was all audio, and you're like listening to the radio, but it turned into streaming and in the podcast world. And now podcasts are so successful when they do video too, which we're going backwards. It's like, how did that all happen? Now you have to video and audio. Do you guys do video all the time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, because you're successful.
I don't know about all that, girl, but thank you.
We're like, we need to get there eventually.
But I will say, like, I do like watching podcasts. Like, of course, usually I'm listening to a podcast while I'm doing something else, while I'm driving, while I'm working, whatever. But I find myself when I'm watching a podcast, I'm like way more locked in just because you can like see the people's like facial expressions and stuff. And especially too, if they have a very nice, like aesthetically pleasing little studio that they're in, it's like, oh wow, like this is a first-rate operation here.
Yes. And a lot of people I love YouTube. So it makes total sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
While you put it up on your TV or your computer or phone. Yeah. It makes total sense.
That's what we ended up doing, was just putting it on YouTube, because we tried the Spotify video situation and I just hated it. Posted as like two separate things. So it's like it posted the audio and then it posted the video. And I was like, this is like, my mom listens to this. She's not going to understand. Like, she's going to be like, oh, they released 2 new episodes today. That is wild. So we just ended up doing the YouTube and then putting the audio on all the other platforms.
That's smart.
So we're doing this for Laurel. This one's for you, baby.
Shout out to you.
Making your life easier.
I'm going to be real right now. Like, I'm so viciously hungover. I'm like shaking. I'm like really struggling. And it is my mother's fault. It is my mother's fault. We had a family reunion yesterday and
oh no,
that bitch kept my cup full and overflowing. So
are you Irish? Are you from a big Irish family?
No, I am like boring white. I'm like from Britain or something.
Yeah.
The Brits like to drink, I think.
Yeah, definitely like to drink.
We had this, I'm not going to name any names in case for some reason they listen. I doubt they do, but there was one in particular family member that every time we would open a bottle of wine, this person would be like, "Oh, can I have some of that?" And I'm like,
There's
"No, you
always one.
can't."
Like
Yes,
being
so-
greedy.
Yes, like they didn't bring
Okay.
anything. So they were just mooching
Oh.
off of all of our stuff. So
That
we
grinds my
started
gears.
being like, okay, I got to drink this whole bottle of wine before such and such comes over here and drinks the rest of it. And I ate like 10 potato chips all day. Like it was just not a good
Okay,
combination.
so you're wine hungover. That's rough.
The worst. So
That's
I'm over
the
here,
worst.
water in one hand, Gatorade in the other. Already drank my
Yeah.
Pedialyte. So
Oof. Yeah, wine, the sugar and the headache wine hangover is the worst.
Yes.
I literally feel like an alcoholic right now.
What?
That's fine because
I'm going through withdrawals.
this is just what we were talking about. Cass told me about the 75 hard challenge and 75 soft challenge. Do you know what that is?
I know
Yes.
what 75 hard is. I'm not sure about 75 soft.
Okay, give a rundown.
Okay, 75 soft is pretty much just making it easier. So it's not the 2 workouts. It's just
Okay.
1 workout. And it's read any book instead of being specifically like self-help, nonfiction.
Right.
So it's
Okay.
supposed to be like an easier version for people who don't have time to do the hard, where you're doing 2 workouts a day and all this other stuff.
But it's still drink a gallon of water
Yeah.
and no alcohol.
Yeah.
And
Oh no, the soft is alcohol on special occasions only.
true. So like family
Okay.
meeting, you could drink.
Now we're
But
talking.
we just
Right.
we're like, oh, that's like our lifestyle. But we were just at a girl trip for her birthday. It was like her birthday trip.
Mhm.
And she told me about this challenge. And I was like, the alcohol would be the easiest part.
It
Literally
literally.
every day since then, I've had at least 1 drink.
Like
I
every day
that
is a
would be
special
easy.
occasion.
I was like, oh, it's gonna be hardest to drink a gallon of water, like peeing every 20 minutes. And I'm like, oh, alcohol, no problem. I've had a drink. I just had a Jack and Coke at lunch. Like, I was like, well, what? Apparently that will be the hardest.
I'm good at drinking on just special occasions. I drank yesterday because I was at that party, and then
That's because I think I push you to like have a
You're the
shot,
pusher. You're the drink
Yeah.
pusher.
which is sad because I'm
Well,
older. But
we also kind of feed off each other. If one of us is doing it, then the other one does it the next drink,
Yeah.
and we're like,
Mhm.
we need
It's
another
like-
shot.
it's kind of like a prerequisite to be a best friend.
I think so too.
Yeah. Like if I'm going down, you're going down with me.
Exactly. I can't do it alone.
Are your guys' drink of choice wine? Are you winos or usually no?
Usually, yeah. I mean, it depends. If I'm out at a restaurant and there's wine, beer, and liquor, it's probably like an even split in terms of like what I would get. But if I'm just at home making dinner, I want a glass of wine usually.
I feel that.
I definitely usually go towards wine like at home or I hate to sound so fucking basic, but I do love a White Claw or a Truly. I really do.
Mhm.
They're good, but tequila is my number 1 vice. So anything with
You get
tequila
along
in
with
it.
me and my fiance because he's like a big tequila guy.
I've
Oh,
always been a tequila person. I don't drink much else.
Yeah.
yes. And they say the tequila girls are the ones you got to watch out for. And so
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm glad to be a part of that group. Thank you.
When I was in college, I would think the best drunk was a couple shots of tequila and Bud Light.
Ooh.
It's
know
like the
what?
happiest drunk. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a beer girl. So,
Ugh.
which is nice because we live in Raleigh, which is like land of breweries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's convenient to be a beer girl and it's cheaper.
Yes.
Girl.
I
But
know.
I
I
really will
tried
drink anything.
so hard to be a beer girl. I tried so hard. I
Yeah,
can't
it's not
do
right.
it.
I
either.
try all the time.
I can't.
We go to a brewery, she gets the cider. They always
Yeah.
have the cider.
Or a sour. I can do a sour because
Yeah.
it really doesn't have that
Yes.
super beer taste.
Yeah.
Right.
But Kristen, you brought up something fun though that I'm kind of interested to hear about the hungover food.
Oh, yes. Okay. So I was out with a friend yesterday and she was also viciously hungover. She may even still be hungover today, who knows? But she was saying how when she is hungover, what she craves the most is like salt. So her go-to hungover food is ramen noodles. She's like, I know a lot of people are into like greasy food. They like to eat like a really greasy like burger or just eat like gross kind of food. Which I am kind of on her side. I feel like I want like a nice like salty soup when I'm hungover. So what are like when you guys are hungover and on death's door, what is your craving?
That is such a good question. I'm trying to think of what you would say.
I've only been like that hungover like 1 or 2 times.
Okay,
Okay, off the podcast. Get out of here. Get out of here.
If I'm feeling sick, I just want bread, plain bread.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the
or like goldfish.
I have been viciously hungover. In college, I used to not get hungover at all.
Yeah,
Or I
same.
would literally wake up. My roommate and I would go to McDonald's.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. McDonald's.
I'd have like a McDouble and a fry.
Yeah. Girl, are we the
totally
same
weird.
person? Like literally, that is my go-to meal and a large Diet Coke.
Yes, like the big gulp.
Yes.
Any Dr. Pepper, Coke, and then a McDouble, just cheese and ketchup though.
Ooh. Oh my God,
Just cheese and ketchup. Or a double
same.
cheeseburger, just cheese and ketchup.
Just cheese and ketchup. Yes, I
And then
ordered
small
McDonald's
fry.
this morning and they fucked it up. There was onions and pickles and I was
No,
devastated.
I mean, I'll eat it, but it's like, no, it's so much better if it's just that
Just
greasy
ketchup.
cheese and ketchup.
Yes.
And then I'd be like a new person. Now I'm 31 and I will get vicious hangovers.
Yeah.
I will get hungover before I go to sleep. So I won't even drink that much. I will
Yes.
have 2 glasses of wine or like a margarita and get a headache before I go to sleep. And I'm like, I'm already hungover.
Yeah.
I used to be able in my 20s, like early 20s especially, I used to be able to drink all night and then just like wake up and be fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also now drinking, I want to eat. It just makes me hungrier.
Yeah.
In college, I was like, I don't want to eat. I'll eat the next day. So it's totally changed.
I've always wanted to eat.
The drunchies are
Maybe
real.
that's why,
I love
because you're
eating.
eating, you're not as hungover.
Well, my aunt doesn't get hungover, and then I Googled it, and there's like a
But you just turned 25, so you just wait.
Yeah, no, seriously, I used to say the
Okay.
exact same
Just
thing. I
wait.
never got
Amber and I
hungover.
shared a champagne bottle and drank it all. So
Oh,
Okay, champagne is a fun drunk, but that will be a bad hangover.
the worst
Yes.
hangover.
and at the
Yes.
party we had 2 ranch waters each, and we had only
That's the
really
tequila.
eaten
I
fresh.
forgot about ranch waters.
I
Oh
know
my
it had
God.
such a moment last summer.
They
Yeah.
had such a moment. That's exactly what I was
But
going to
But
say.
it's
Such
funny
a
'cause
moment.
I
But I'm
was
like,
drinking it before like it became a thing.
Yeah.
Like I
Okay,
was-
so you
okay.
started the trend.
You started
did.
the ranch water.
yeah.
Oh my gosh,
just
what an
kept,
honor to
like,
be on with you right
going,
now.
We
Thank
just
you.
don't have the money to for it.
No, I literally was drinking it because, well, one of my friends goes to summer, like she would go to summer camp / she teaches at there, goes to the summer camp as a counselor now. And
Mhm.
she talked about it one time. And I was like, I
Sounds
usually
refreshing.
order that. Like,
Yeah, right.
at the tequila with the seltzer and
Yep.
I put lime in it. Like, that's what
Yeah.
I just didn't know it was a real drink.
Right.
Canned it with
Like, yeah, really? I could have just canned it all those times. Anyways.
sold it
so
at
then-
Budweiser.
So then I continued with it. And then when we went to, my boyfriend and I went to Austin recently and just started ordering it all the time.
Hmm.
They know what it is down there. And
Yeah.
now I've come back and I'm like, and that's all I'm drinking for the summer. Asked the bartender at the party and was like, can I get a ranch water? He was like, what is that? I'm like,
Oh.
He should be
What?
fired.
Yeah, what kind of
water and lime
bartender?
juice. Like, do you not know the trends right now? You should know all the trendy
Right.
girl drinks.
Exactly.
And that's
Agreed.
not like that complicated. I feel like 'cause I don't know a lot of the drinks.
Oh,
we,
no.
we try to do drinking
Yeah.
pod. We're really bad with it, but we'll try to look up stuff. I'm like, I've never even heard of.
Oh my gosh, you guys,
Yeah.
me and Kristen have been meaning to do this forever, and we just keep forgetting. But apparently, who was it? I told you, was it Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks.
His
Mhm.
favorite alcohol drink, he calls it diet cocaine, and it's diet
Yeah,
Coke and champagne.
Yeah, I saw that on
What?
TikTok.
This
I
is the
kn-
Sounds
Pepsi milk,
good.
like the
Yes.
pills, the Lindsay Lohan Pepsi milk, which is not alcoholic, but remember that whole thing was weird.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I never tried that.
No,
That
but,
was
like,
a TikTok trend
I
too.
thought that
but-
was like a Utah thing. They do all the sodas with the milk, and that's why it became a TikTok trend.
Oh, that
Yeah, they do
facts.
like really like crazy stuff with their sodas.
I know. I was gonna say the Midwesterners need to just keep to themselves over there. with
I'm
their
a
weird habits.
Midwesterner. I'm
my bad.
originally from Chicago suburbs, so yeah. the
Okay, but
Midwesterners-
that's not what I mean. I mean those weirdos out in Utah and Wichita, Kansas. Like y'all are like that's different.
Okay,
Like,
yeah,
they
Kansas
hit different.
is a little waggy.
Specifically Wichita.
I'm like that's the only place anyone knows in Kansas. So
And
So-
not to be like Southern Illinois too, they do weird stuff. I'm definitely not from the country of Illinois. Yeah, much suburbs.
So now that water talk has blown up, do you feel like now the drink of the summer is going to be like a crazy water with like some tequila in it?
I love a tequila water. I hope
Yeah,
it
like,
becomes.
I love a
cool.
vodka water.
Yes,
I love all of that.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I'm bracing myself for the next drink
Yeah,
because I know people already will do like, you know, people would do like vodka water with a splash of Mio
Yep.
or like
Yes.
something to give it a
That's-
little bit of
that's a
flavor. But
beach drink.
now that we have these whole ass cocktails ready to go just without the liquor, I feel like they're just ready.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
I mean, it's a lot more refreshing to drink that at the pool than 8
Yeah.
summer shandies, but
Summer
what we
shandies are
got-
delicious.
Yeah, what we got is whatever's
we
there.
usually, every summer we'll take because we're not supposed to drink technically at the pool.
Right. It's like you hide it in like one of these things. You know?
yeah, that's not a rule anybody follows. Like, just don't bring glass. Like, we can all.
But we still
But
will.
we
We
don't.
still
No,
will.
we
I
don't.
know.
We don't bring glass.
Danny and I do all the time.
No, other.
Oh,
people
look,
do.
she's like, no, ma'am, I do not take glass down to that pool. I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
buy
let people see it.
clothing. because
You
we're
listening,
gonna get
management
dropped in the
company?
pool.
No, we got, like the koozie things where it keeps it cold.
Well, that's
Yeah.
you guys are good
Yeah.
about it. No, there's people at our apartment complex that just pull out a glass bottle and
And just
that's
don't
it. And I'm
care.
like,
Yep.
No,
They can buy
ma'am.
the cute bottles, the beer that they're like tin, but they're taller, you know?
mhm.
They
Mhm.
have that stuff. But yeah.
But they choose not to, and I'm like, it's not that hard not to do the glass. So we'll take-
Especially because when you get drunk, like I am breaking something.
Okay, that's me. We're the same.
Yeah, if it's not glass, it's
literally
literally one of my body parts. Like I
wake
have
up with
sprained my
bruises.
ankle at least 6 times drunk. Like it's a given.
Yeah.
I wake up with bruises.
Yes.
Everywhere.
Yes.
Cassie,
The
that's
craziest ways.
that's so funny you say that because I need to tell the story about Cassie really quick.
Oh no.
So I went to the movies earlier today and I go to the movies, I mean, probably like 2 or 3 times a month. Like I'm there a lot. And I always bring my own snacks because I'm not a
100%, of
sucker.
course.
Like, and
'Cause
I,
you're not a
I,
psychopath.
I don't even bother like hiding them anymore. Like today I just rolled up with like my water cup and my snacks. I'm like, hi, I'm here. And they don't even say anything.
I have
Well,
arrived.
One time when Cassie and I were in college, so this just had me think about like sneaking snacks. And one time when Cassie and I were in college, we went to the movies, and tell me why this chick had a whole 6-pack of cider in her bag that she carried into the movies, and you could hear like the clinking of the. She's like moving to her seat. You could hear the bottle.
It was me.
Yes. I'm pretty sure that was 50 Shades of Grey too that we were going to see.
Was it? I couldn't remember the movie.
It was us and all of our roommates, and I think we brought in Chick-fil-A. It was the best time.
So
Oh.
fun.
But it was
I've seen I can't remember what movie it was. It was so long ago. I feel like it was in that Amy Schumer movie.
Oh, I Feel
Trainwreck?
Pretty.
Yes.
Oh, which
The,
one? Sorry.
I think Trainwreck.
Trainwreck. Okay.
Yeah. I think it was her first one.
Mhm.
And there were 2 girls that brought a whole bottle of Sky vodka and just set it. It was like the fancy movie theater with the tables and
Yeah.
just set the bottle of Sky vodka. And I was like, okay.
And they were
that's
just
how
like
long
taking
ago.
pulls from it.
I don't know if they had like red Solo cups or what, because how do they have
Wow.
ice or anything?
You know, I want to support a girl doing great things, but that one is a little questionable to me. I'm like, you're taking it a little bit too far. You're
Yes.
going to ruin it for the rest of us.
Yeah.
Yes, like a 6-pack for an hour-and-a-half movie is a little much.
Yeah. Well, I will say too, one of Kristen's best friends from high school, Annie, pretended to be pregnant so she could bring her burrito in from Chipotle.
Yes, it's true. She had this giant metal bowl that she put, like hid under her dress and put a Chipotle burrito inside of it, and then wore like a long, like flowy dress.
You're like, they don't care that much. They are.
I know.
It's just like, can you get away with it though? Like that's the fun of it.
And like do it for the story.
Yeah, exactly.
and then someone else, she'd like post everything on Twitter. I'll try to find it right now, but she posted everything on Twitter, and then someone else that was with her posted like she finally gave birth or something, and it's like them holding the burrito in the theater. Yeah.
Oh,
here we go.
Like,
oh my gosh.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that's
she really does
good.
look like she's with child.
Knocked up, or did you put a bowl in your stomach to fill with burritos to sneak into the movies?
Oh, that is good. And that's how I look after I eat Chipotle anyway.
Yeah.
Seriously.
No lies.
She's here. It was a successful and beautiful labor.
It literally does look like a sonogram from like far away.
I know, right? It kind of does. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, we do also want to hear about you guys and your podcast and how you started and all that. So tell us a little bit about your podcasting journey.
Ooh,
Good question. It was just random. We said, let's do it. And then we recorded one day, one summer, and then just stopped forever.
Yeah, we did not have the best start. We have known each other for now 2 years. Yeah, about 2 years.
About 2 years.
And we started our pod a year ago, but we haven't consistently done it for a year, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Which Cass actually had the idea, and you even thought of the name because you're like, wait, we could do a pod. Like everyone does this with their best friend. Like, wow, if we recorded our conversations right now for a podcast, like that's how it all starts.
100%.
Why don't we do that?
And then we were listening to podcasts that we always listen to. And
we
like,
listened to a lot of the same.
Like, it's not that hard.
Yeah, we're like, we could do it. And you thought of the name.
Yeah, that's because I was already calling us Katherine Squared.
Yes. And we just don't have, like, you guys have a really cute name because you could be like, what up, girlies? Or you could do the GG. You guys say like the GG gang. And we're like, what are we like? Hey, squares.
Cat heads.
Or like, don't be square. Like, we didn't map all
okay, I'm not gonna lie, going with squares is kind of fun. I like that one.
Cute,
it's
right?
different.
Yeah. It is.
No other podcast is gonna be that.
I want to be a square.
Yes.
Right. Square heads.
Yes. Square head. I love it.
Merch. Just kidding.
Honestly,
yes.
I would just call everyone Catherine who listened to you, like, hey, Catherine.
Okay, that's also good. We did make the joke where like you have to be named,
Okay.
and we're just kidding.
Right.
And we love that you guys were the like CK. We're like, just it's all the kaka.
Yeah.
We're loving alliteration.
The kakas.
Yes.
That's what my grandma calls me and my cousins and my brother.
The kakas.
The kakas.
Yes, all C and K names.
It's one K name. The rest are C's. So
Gonna stand out. That would be amazing merch. So a square and then just like a little X or like nothing.
That would be funny though.
Yeah.
I like both options, honestly, guys. I'm shipping it right here.
So we didn't really have like a niche, which a lot of times very successful pods do because we love pop culture, obviously, reality TV like you guys, but we're like, well, let's just feel it out.
Yeah. We're still feeling it out.
We're still feeling it out. We did have some good segments. Like we had, what are you binging? Meaning like your favorite drink of the moment or your favorite snack or like, I'm a big foodie.
Or TV shows, music.
What are you like reading, binging on TV? And then we had Drink of the Pod, which Cass's mom is actually like always coming up with ideas for us.
It's like, you guys suck at this.
Yeah, she's like, let me show you a drink of the
She's like, why didn't you record this? And we're like,
we'll be recording usually Tuesday nights and we'll release Wednesdays, which you guys release on Wednesdays too, right?
We do, but we always try to record a little bit ahead just so we can do like a little bit of editing.
Organized.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't edit anything. We don't edit to like,
right. And you guys have video too, so that's a whole other thing.
Yeah,
but literally like most of the time all I do is like cut off the beginning that doesn't need to be there and cut off the end. I try and sprinkle some cool sound effects in there, but you know, iMovie has a lot to be desired, so I do the best I can, but it's not that fancy.
Yeah, and so we kind of fell into where we would try to do those segments, but then we really did fall into, I don't even want to call it hot topics because I feel like someone else calls it that, but pop culture moments of the week and like what was on our mind. We got really into the Selena Haley drama. I wasted a lot of days on thinking about them. Like,
Okay, I need to know, are we team Selena or are we team Haley?
I was kind of leaning towards more Haley.
Oh.
Only because I thought Selena was igniting the fire. And I think that she's so powerful that she could have handled all that so much better. It was like when she was like, okay, Haley's getting death threats, like, let's all calm down. It's like, a little too late.
Well, now that she's getting death threats, I should say something.
It's like, whoops. Yeah, I was like, I like both of them. And it wasn't that I was anti-Selena by any means. I do think that there was some mean girl stuff going on, of course. But I do think it was just, I thought Selena could have done more.
Yeah. I mean,
with like her commenting, she was a little manic. I got a little bit, I was a little worried for Selena.
Like, is she good?
I was like,
especially after her documentary came out.
Her mental illness right now.
Yeah, like that one
talked about.
And like I was like, I don't want Selena to be our next Britney. That was my take on it. It was just her behavior was a little out of character.
I didn't really keep up with it super hardcore, if I'm being honest. But like, first of all, Hailey Bieber is one of the most beautiful women on this planet, and I will always hate her for that.
Yeah, so a lot of people are gonna hate on her in general.
But also, like, there's a part of me, like, I'm not saying she doesn't do things, like, but I just feel like the Baldwin name really carried her to where she is now.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Selena Gomez really, like, busted her ass since the Barney.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Definitely.
And Selena does have real talent and a lot of stuff that Hailey doesn't, but the whole Nepo baby of it all. Yes, I agree.
And now she's just a Bieber, so
it's hard. Yeah.
She just put another name on.
I mean,
she's a believer.
I do feel badly for Hailey though, because I mean, that's just like a tough act to follow when Selena and Justin dated for like 5 years. Like for a lot of us, that was like our whole adolescence was them together. And like literal power couple, like two of the most famous people on the earth. And then for Hailey to like have to follow that, it's got to be a tough situation. And then of course now Selena has her whole army that is like gonna have her back regardless. So I do feel bad for Hailey.
Yeah, that was kind of our take as well.
Definitely.
Is the crazy fans
that are still like,
it wasn't even about Selena
and Justin together. Still, I'm like, okay, guys, I know it was our childhood, but it's not that big of a deal. A lot of people break up.
Well, I mean, especially with all of the information that's come out since, like Selena basically says, like, I was literally depressed and starving myself because this man made me. So it's just like, do y'all really care about Selena? Because I feel like y'all don't. Because I'm like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, they care 100%. About the relationship, and that's all. That's why Hailey's getting hate. It's because they just want Hailey not to be in the picture anymore and for them to get back together. And it's just because they're stuck in this childhood sense that it's like they need to be together because they were perfect together, but really we only saw a little bit of their relationship.
Right. It wasn't reality at all. Like that the fans' reality is not real.
Completely
reality.
Different. Yeah.
Yeah. Their perception is just.
Do you guys believe that Hailey like actually did all of that weird stuff and like copied Selena? Yeah, because she's just obsessed with Justin. Okay, or is it all just kind of like?
I do believe that she would, before they were married and dating, I do believe Hailey would purposely show up to where Justin was. For sure, she was a fangirl and was obsessed. I do believe all of that stuff. And then she used her connections to get close to him. With the copying Selena, what got me was the tattoo, the G tattoo. That one was rough. That one was hard to defend. That would be hard to defend Hailey on.
Yeah, like it's just so specific. It's like
it's not
like,
even
where is the G coming from?
That's what, like what is it?
Yeah. So that one, otherwise it's like she wore white and Hailey wore white. It's like like everyone could wear
all TMZ breaking news.
Yeah, so I think those were all just really good, entertaining TikToks, but the tattoo one was would be a hard one to defend.
Yeah. Selena was on.
I don't know why she would even want to know what Selena was doing, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So what have you guys been watching? What are you guys, in your words, binging?
Yes.
But TV or movies.
What are you binging? Well, I have to. We love your current podcast name, but we love the former too, because please tell me that was a nod to Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen.
A case for the FBI?
Yeah.
No, it was a nod to Miss Kris Jenner.
Oh,
when Kourtney's nudes got leaked, she said, "This is a case for the FBI."
Okay. I was gonna say, you watched all of the Keeping Up, didn't you? You've watched all of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
I watched the original, yeah.
The original. I was like in and out of the original. Yeah, and then the new Kardashians, I watched season 1. Season 2 was so awful. I had to like fast forward through it. And I know they're coming out with season 3. But then
yes, and they have Travis and Kourtney's wedding, and I'm just like, I cannot handle them on a regular episode. I don't know if I can watch a whole episode about the two of them.
About just their wedding.
That makes total sense because you guys were doing a deep dive into reality TV and as a nod to reality TV. So
oh my God, girl, where were you? I'm just like, literally nobody got it until we explained it to him. And I'm like, this girl just already knows. But I need to know what was the Mary-Kate and Ashley though?
Okay, so Mary-Kate and Ashley. Yes, which like you guys know who they are. And they were both Michelle on Full House.
Yes, idols, queens.
And my sister and I were obsessed with watching all their movies. So they had like their movies even when they were little.
Yep.
And they had kind of a detective series. And they would always say, "This is a case for the FBI." Like that was their catchphrase.
Oh, I didn't even remember that, but I did watch that show. I definitely did.
And I think it was only the specific detective ones, you know, where they're like the brown trench coats with like the magnifying glasses. Yeah, it was only that series.
Gosh,
but I love being like a good passport to Paris, like when they were older. Oh my God, obsessed. Yeah.
Why? That's really surprising that we didn't come across that, because when we were like thinking of names, we had a few other ones in mind. And first of all, we just want to be sure that no other podcast like had that name, but we would just Google it. So I'm surprised that nothing came up. But man,
it's been aged out.
The Adventures of Mary-Kate and Ashley.
That's it. The Adventures. Okay. Yes, that was it.
Maybe that's what we should have done, Cassie, is just gone episode by episode of Adventures of Mary-Kate and Ashley and just made that a podcast.
Yes. Why?
We want to talk about niche.
I know. We're even just talking about all the freaking movies. And what was that? Oh my God. They had another show. I swear it was on ABC Family. And their names were Chloe and Riley.
Oh my gosh. I know exactly what you're talking about. And I can picture
like one moment, this moment. Oh, I'm Googling it right now, girls. Don't worry.
Were they like teenagers or adults?
Yeah, they were teenagers. They were in high school.
They had a single father.
Yes.
And you're not thinking of Full House?
No, very similar.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it was not like in.
Oh my gosh, I can't type. I'm like shaking.
I remember this, and they had almost a beach house.
Yes.
They lived on the beach.
So little time.
What is it?
So little time.
So little time. Great show.
I don't remember this show. I must have totally skipped this. Maybe
you're not a real stan. I was over here wearing my freaking Mary-Kate and Ashley outfit head to toe. Had that nasty ass lip pencil all over like I was 30 years old, playing with my dolls, watching So Little Time.
Not the lip pencil.
Oh my God, it was disgusting.
Now body glitter's back.
I need them to quit taking my childhood from me and claiming it as their own.
Like Jellies. Do you remember Jelly sandals?
Oh, yes.
I just bought a pair.
And now they're
really?
Mm-hmm.
Have they made them any more comfortable than they were 20 years ago?
I will have to report back to you on that, but I highly doubt it.
You take off its bloodied feet. That's what we walked around in.
Right, like scrubbed off your skin. Ugh.
I saw, like, I've seen babies wear them, the Jellies, but that's because they don't walk. So they will not have mutilated feet.
They're for decorative purposes.
Yes. I know. I'm like, should I put my kids in the future in like stilettos? Because I mean, they're like not going anywhere, but like it would look cute.
That would be a great Instagram page.
Like throw some Louboutins on your baby, some Balenciagas, like have her in her stroller.
I'm sure like Cardi B has done something like that with her kids.
Yes.
Her freaking kids probably got like 7-inch nails with designs on each one of them.
She is like the whiny. I feel like we also have the same color nails.
We do.
Oh my God.
Goodness.
I think I found my twin flame.
I know. I'm like,
this is about to be
in the mirror.
I'm like, we're regular collaborators now. We've merged into one podcast.
The gossip. Squares.
Gossip Squares. Gossiping
Now
Squares.
that just rolls right off the tongue.
Yes.
I mean, I don't hate it.
Yeah, we can make it work.
Yeah.
But yes, back to your question. What are we binging right now? Also, we loved that you guys recently talked about Perfect Match because that was something we both binged. That was actually our most listened to episode when we talked about the Georgia Dom drama. That was
my God.
our most listened to episode. Yeah.
I loved that show, but that was how I got into the mole. Francesca can burn to death. I literally hate that woman. I have never well, I don't really like Candace from the Real Housewives of Potomac, but I think I hate this woman more.
She is I think she's like kind of a evil mastermind.
I love it.
And I do respect it.
I love the evil mastermind. Well, I liked her.
She was basically a producer. Yeah. I looked at Francesca as like she was in on it. The producers were like, okay, what do we gotta do to get you on the show? You're our like we say jump, she says how high. She was basically a producer.
Yes. Well, also too, I was just like, all these people were like so shocked by her, like switching all the people she was dating, like had Dom thinking she was gonna like marry him the next day. I'm like, do y'all realize this girl was literally famous from being on Too Hot to Handle because she thought she couldn't go without sex to win prize money? Honey, I could do that with my eyes closed. Okay. I mean, like literally, like these are not normal women.
No, she is not relatable at all.
No, even Georgia.
No, and Georgia, I had beef with Georgia.
Yeah, I kind of do too.
I'm a fan of Georgia.
I don't like her either. I mean, I definitely dislike Francesca more, but Georgia has like this real sweet kind of vibe that she gives off, but it's all just a show. It's just
she will stab you in the back as quickly,
like she did to Dom.
Right, exactly. I don't know why people hated on The Perfect Match. Like, that reality show was trash. We were obsessed. I was like living for.
I'm like, this is way better than any Bachelor.
Yes,
100%. Like, so good.
Look, I'm here to tell y'all, my boyfriend watched every fucking episode with me, so I know for a fact even men were into that. So
100%, and it was more than just there's like bikinis and stuff. No, it was good games. It was like interesting.
They were funny.
Yeah,
we're gonna convince Kristen to watch it now. She's like,
yeah, no, not because I need a new show. I just finished a series, and now I'm like, I need something to watch.
I'm telling y'all, The Mole is good too, though. That's where Dom and Will came from, and it's good. I'm like, I have 1.5 episodes left, and I still am not entirely sure who the hell The Mole is. Like,
that's what
crazy. We should watch that next.
Well, I need a new show because I just finished Love Is Blind.
So it's so good.
So how close is The Mole to like the old school MTV The Challenge? Because those are like the vibes that I'm kind of getting.
I would say like the challenges that they do sometimes are similar, but this is a lot more of like a mind game.
Okay.
And you will like it really, I feel like on the challenge, you might like not like someone because you're like, ew, like I don't like the way she wears her bandana or something dumb like that. But
that
these people,
I feel like I can't.
Yeah, right. I'm like, girl, why would you wear your shorts like that? Like, let's get out of here.
You're definitely bold because you have that outfit on.
Right.
Look, let me tell you, there's this one girl on there, Avery, that I can't stand. And I just want it. I'm like, that's the mole. She's the mole. I hate her. And she's the mole.
You can't really trust anyone named Avery.
And she spells it Avori.
Oh, my ears.
I don't like that at all.
Red flag.
Right, exactly.
Okay,
so many
parents.
Y'all, when I tell you what her job is, y'all are gonna be like, we hate her even more. And I'm loving bringing y'all on this train before you've even seen the show. She is a quote unquote professional gamer.
Like Xbox games?
Wait, like on Twitch?
Like on Twitch, I guess.
Well, that is the biggest pick me.
I know.
Yeah,
like,
okay,
I know.
So does she wear the headphones and have like her boobs out?
I mean, probably, but my boyfriend said it the best. He was like, that is her way of saying I sell feet pics and have an OnlyFans, but my cover is Twitch.
She would have been better off saying entrepreneur.
Exactly. I know, and I'm like,
I own my
you're
own
a
business.
professional gamer. Okay.
Right. I'm my own boss.
Girl boss.
I'm uncomfy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
I mean, I'm totally gonna watch.
I need y'all to watch it, and we have to talk about this again.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll come back.
We'll come
back. Yes.
back.
You're welcome anytime.
That would be amazing.
See,
so Kristen, what have you been watching?
Yes, I'm dying to know.
Cassie, I feel like we can never talk about this because I say what I've been watching and you're like, oh yeah. Like, that's why I feel like our podcast works, is because we are like on very different ends of the spectrum.
Yes.
So I just finished watching Full Swing, which is the golf documentary on Netflix.
Okay. I haven't seen it, but I saw it advertised.
Because I love documentaries like that just like follow people's lives. So they did a tennis one a while back, and that just followed like a few professional tennis players, and now they did a golf one, and then I think they also did an NFL one that hasn't come out yet. But anyways, I just finished watching that and it was really good. But now I need
reality. That's real reality.
Did it like follow us?
Not the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Right.
Did it follow like a specific player that like was famous, or?
No, it followed a few of them. And so there are 8 episodes, and I'd say there's probably at least one, like pretty much like every player got his own episode. Some of them there was one episode where they like followed 2 rookies to see like how like them on the tour. But I don't know if you know about the whole like golf drama right now in professional golf.
Please tell me. What is it?
So
I'm bad with all sports. I'm like,
I'm like, go sports, but I'm like, if there's tea involved, I'm interested.
So part of the reason why they like made this documentary is because, so y'all know, like what we have in the US is the PGA Tour. So that's like the Masters, the US Open, like basically like the biggest,
I think I know what you're talking about now.
Golf tour in the world. Where a few years ago, it was probably like 2 years ago, a bunch of people from Saudi Arabia put like hundreds of millions of dollars together to make a rival league that would go across the world, and literally like players are getting $200 million like just to sign on with this league. But people are like, it's blood money. Saudi Arabia has a terrible record with like human rights violations and ethics. But, you know, obviously these players have chosen to ignore that and are taking that big fat bag. Yeah. So that was like a big part of Full Swing, was following, like, because some guys are staunch, like, no, I'm not leaving the PGA Tour. That is some bullshit. Like, I don't want to be on the Saudi Arabian tour.
So have any like golfers we may know switched over to the Saudi Arabian team?
Yeah. Do you know who Phil Mickelson is?
Yes.
I've heard of that name.
He was like one of the first ones to go.
Oh, really? He's like OG golf.
As famous with golf is like Tiger Woods. Like a lot of people know his name.
Yeah.
That's
so Phil Mickelson went, but I mean with him though it kind of makes sense because he's like in his 50s.
That's what I was gonna say. He's probably ready to retire.
Like he's like, why not? Like I'm not gonna win anymore. But I mean there are a lot of other young guys, like if y'all know who Dustin Johnson is. He's like currently like the number 1 player ranked in the world. He went to the Saudi Arabian one. Wow. But they like follow him on Full Swing, and they're like, why do you pick this? And he was like, so if I told you that you could have your same exact job but do half the work and make twice as much money, would you take it
out like that? Where's the line I'm signing?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Right. So he's like,
none.
Yeah, right. I play one tournament a year. Sign up.
Exactly. And a few of them too framed it like, well, this is gonna like, do y'all know who Brooks Koepka is? His wife is like an Instagram girly, so she's like kind of famous in her own right, but she's pretty much famous for being his wife. Anyways, he joined the tour and he framed it like, I'm setting up my family for generations. You know, my great grandkids will get this money. I am just a family man. And so, you know,
what are your feelings about that though, Craig? Because I see what he's saying, but like you said, like, where is this money coming from? Like, how did they get this money?
Well, I mean, it's just like it's such an issue, like in the entirety of sports, because I'm getting animated. In the entirety of sports, because they just had the World Cup in Qatar, which is the exact same deal, like terrible human rights violations, and they use like slave labor to build the stadiums. You know, but it's like people like obviously choose to ignore that.
Football. we just watched the documentary on Amazon Prime about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because my godmother was in it because she worked for the IRS.
That's why we watched
it.
Oh,
that's
wow.
cool. What's the documentary?
I have to look it up again. It's a weird title. It's like
a long title.
Okay.
Sounds like a novel.
Yeah.
But we were waiting for her godmother, and then it's 2 episodes. And so we watched the first one, which is very much documentary. It's like kind of you're in history class back in high school. And you're like waiting, and she wasn't in it till the 2nd episode. And we're like,
yeah, you're just like, my brain exploded for what reason?
Exactly. Y'all could do a whole other podcast on sports, drama / conspiracy. Really, because
that's all Crit. Crit is like literally the sports girly. Like,
I'm so bad with. Although I loved and I'm from Chicago suburbs, so The Last Dance, which was about the Chicago Bulls.
Oh my gosh! Oh
my
gosh!
An incredible doc.
And it came out like right as COVID was hitting.
Yes.
So I watched it and it just gave me like such joy.
Yes.
That is so funny because literally the movie I saw earlier today is Air.
Oh yeah. Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. And so it had me thinking a lot about, because of course it's basically all about Michael Jordan and like, they like had to, went over his family and stuff. So a lot of it I already knew from Last Dance when they like talked all about like Michael growing up in his family and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's the movie where they like basically talk about developing the shoe and stuff from that.
Yeah.
Okay, I have seen the commercials for that. Yes.
Yeah. So it's like how they invent like the Jordan shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, I want to see that.
Yeah,
because it was really, really good. Because back in the day, it really was like Adidas and Converse that like made basketball shoes.
Which is weird that you playing basketball in Converse.
I know.
How about a broken ankle?
I know. My dad talks about that all the time.
Do you think it was the high tops? Like the high
tops.
Yeah.
The high tops. So your ankles are in.
Anyways,
more secure.
The FIFA one that we watched was the men who sold the World Cup.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. My godmother was in it because she worked for the IRS and worked on the case that we had against the FIFA people.
Okay, am I completely making this up? Was Ryan Reynolds in it?
No,
he owns
a team. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
He's like Ted Lasso, but in real life.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which they actually just like won their league. So
really?
like, yeah. So I saw a video of it was Ryan Reynolds, and I like honestly I don't know how to pronounce the other guy's name, but it's the dude from Always Sunny. I forget his name.
He's Mac in Always Sunny. Rob McKellen.
Yeah, I like him. But anyway, they bought this like dumpy team and put a bunch of money into him and turned them around, and they just won their division.
Damn.
Okay, that's actually really cool. And
that is kind of cool.
A docu-series or the cameras follow them around.
That'd be so fun. Be like,
there definitely is I don't know if it's on Hulu, but
it's called Welcome to Wrexham.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess there is sports podcasts out there because after the Super Bowl, those 2 brothers the Kelsey brothers had a podcast, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm not their audience, their target audience, but good for them.
No, but I mean, if Barstool wants to sign us, I mean,
yes. Do you guys listen to Chicks in the Office?
I think Kristen does, don't you?
I used to. Do you guys listen to them?
I listen to them when I like what they're talking about. I look at they tag their topics. So if I'm interested, I'll listen.
I listened when they had people on. Like,
interviews.
Summer House. And
I used to listen to them because of course it's like pop culture garbage. Like I love it. But one time I was listening and like the way that they were talking, it was just like here's my impression of the episode that I
I'm ready.
So like I wanted to talk about this story about Savannah Chrisley. Yeah, Savannah Chrisley. She apparently what does it say here? She told a different story about a recent flight mishap. Like it basically like they seemed so unprepared,
right?
And just like not. I'm like, y'all, this is your job.
Yeah, that's what we say all the time.
You guys are taking the words out of our mouth. some of the most successful pop culture podcasts out there.
And
it's like,
who are making the most money.
Yes.
And they do no research,
Yeah.
which we really respect you guys, because you guys actually do in-depth episodes about whatever your topics are, because you guys kind of remind me of, do you know Lena Dunham?
Yeah. I know who she is, but I've never really kept up with her.
She has a podcast with her friend, Alyssa Bennett, which I don't know Alyssa Bennett, but their podcast is only on Luminary, and it's called the C Word, but C is for crazy. Like their whole thing is doing a deep dive.
That's actually fun.
It's really good. And they do a deep dive into women who were called crazy, like Lindsay Lohan,
Britney Spears. Yeah.
Yes, Britney Spears. And
Paris Hilton, all them.
It's like, you guys remind me of, because you actually do the research and it's like them. They do the research and have good opinions, but kind of talk to all sides of it. And some of these podcasts out here making tons of money on like Patreon, and they have so many listeners, don't know anything about pop culture.
And it's literally just who they are, or who they're signed on to.
They're very picky, choosy, and really, I guess I'll just say it. I'm kind of referring to the Toast. Do you know the Toast Girls?
Oh yeah, the girl with no job.
Yes. And like they just have built an audience, with good for them, but like half the time they don't know about pop culture, and they brand themselves as a pop culture podcast. It's like,
and then they talk about how much they hate pop culture, and we're like
the one host.
Right. They're like, I wanted to come on here and talk about this new Fendi bag that I just got sent for free.
It's all like sponsorships.
And here's my dog.
And there's like a million ads, which
well, I remember you had mentioned something about Summer House. I love Giggly Squad.
Yeah, we love Giggly Squad.
That was who I was trying to kind of like mirror everything after. Was like, I love how the people are like the Giggly Squad. I love how it's like super simple and generalized, so they can talk about like whatever the hell they want. And that was like kind of what I was going for. I will be honest, I'm much more team Hannah. I love Hannah Burner. I love Hannah Burner.
I'm Hannah. This makes so much sense. We really all should be real life friends, because Giggly Squad is our favorite.
Love it. They're so funny.
We basically copy them.
Yeah.
Because we'll talk about ourselves, but then they'll do some pop culture, which is funny. You guys had that cool doc girl on, and Hannah and her dope documentaries. So it's like they've got little niches there, but they're our favorite. We went to their live show. We were third row.
Stop. Oh my gosh. My best friend Carly just told me that she was like taking off because her friend got her tickets in Philly for that. And I was like, how about you go jump off of a bridge? Because I
we were just lucky they came to North
and we met them.
Like, oh my God, no.
We met them, got pictures with them. And let's say they knew who we were. Yeah. Because we started Katherine Squared a year ago, but over Halloween, again, this was your good idea, Cass. She was like, let's be Paige and Hannah for Halloween, because I'm such a fan and she's
so cute.
They like reposted it on Giggly
Oh my
Squad.
God.
So when we met them, we're like, we were the girls that were you for Halloween. And they like freaked out. They're like, oh my God.
Yeah, they said, we've been wanting to meet you.
Paige said that.
Oh, okay. So now, Kristen, we have to do something to top this. We're going to bring our new friends with us as an added accessory to our end. Because I'm like, do you know how many times I've DM'd you guys and you just don't fucking answer me? Like, come on, throw a girl a bone.
They answer our Katherine Squared DMs.
Yeah, so do it from your pod.
Yes. I did.
Oh.
Dang.
If y'all just want to do like a little like at Gossip Girlies in
like,
messages.
And I mean, like, the gigglers, and I feel like their audience is just like all of us. Like, that's why we are literally their audience.
Because we thought it would be like this, and then we went to the live show and we hated everyone there.
True.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Actually, we were like,
everyone we were around were like super like mean girl vibes. Like the girl in front of us, was the first. Were we the second row?
We were the second row.
So the girl in front of us was the first row, and you know how they bring up guys and make fun of like boyfriends, fiancés.
Yeah.
This girl was on her phone the whole time trying to get her boyfriend on FaceTime to get pulled up on stage. And we're like, girl, it's not happening. It's not happening.
What?
Plus, they're not going to bring someone up from the first few rows because we got to meet them. Like,
right. Yeah.
So they would have their assistant girl, like go back and get people like, so to bring them up on stage, and it would be all inclusive kind of thing. But the people around us were really clicky. It was so weird because it's our favorite
sitting,
pod.
Like there were girls next to us on my side, on the right side, and then one girl sitting next to Katherine, and they were apparently a group that didn't get tickets all together, and like the one girl that was sitting closest to me was like trying to mouth and hand motions and text to the girl that was sitting like next to us, and then like the other girls didn't seem to care about the girl sitting next. Like
it was really
she was like the black sheep of
each other, but like they hated each other, and then somehow we're like, why did you guys not get tickets together? They realized it was just us two. They couldn't split us up and be like, oh, you can sit next to your friend. It's very awkward. So, but Hannah and Paige were amazing, and they're gorgeous in person.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine. I don't dislike Paige, but I really can understand her bringing in girls like that. Like, I can understand girls like that being more interested in Paige than Hannah.
And I don't think Paige is a mean girl, but she kind of
has the vibe.
Yes, and mean girls are like attracted to that vibe.
But that's why I like her, because I feel like I'm that person. Like
people think you're a mean girl.
People think I'm a mean girl, and I'm not.
Yeah.
And so I get like those girls coming up to me, and I'm like,
you're like, oh, I don't know. We're like,
I'm actually really nice.
No, because it's true. They say like Paige gives cat vibes, and Hannah's like a golden retriever. That's you and me. Yeah. Like I'm a golden retriever. She's like,
I just want to be alone, right?
And I'm like, oh my god, I've known you for 20 years, and then we met 5 minutes ago. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely get her vibe. Like, I didn't love her on Summer House at first. Just because I don't know, like I still kind of feel it, like she knows she's so fucking hot and everybody, all the guys like her, and that does bother me a little bit. But I did start to actually like her once I heard her interacting with Hannah. Like I felt like Hannah really broke down that wall that she kind of had up, so I felt like it was eye-opening. I'm like, okay, this girl isn't so bad.
I didn't really watch Summer House, like I know her, but that's her.
Well,
that's
I
her
watched
vibe.
it once I started listening to Giggly Squad.
Yes, same. And once Hannah and Paige weren't involved, I was like,
yeah.
Well, Paige is still there. It's just...
but Hannah was my girl, so
I know. I want Hannah to come back so bad, but I know it was not great for her to be on it.
Yeah.
And like I'm on the Reddit for Summer House, and House, no one wants her back. Like they'll do both all the time, and they're like, no, I hate Hannah. I'm like,
what?
Yeah, they just don't get it. They don't get it.
Her sense of humor is very specific. Like I get that. I do get that.
And once you get a bad edit like that, they don't want you anymore.
Her heart was in it too much is the problem. Is like she actually cared too much. But I don't think y'all ever told us what y'all were binge watching.
Oh gosh. Okay. Yes, because we got on the reality TV perfect match. I got on a tangent. I am actually watching so much TV. Okay, so I did a whole thing where I started rewatching stuff that I watched like in high school or college.
Oh, the best.
So I finished OG Gossip Girl.
That's
done. Yes, which was enjoyable, but I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's just crazy.
Yes,
like
Team Blair or Serena, we have to know.
Blair 1,000%.
Okay.
I love Blair. I love Leighton Meester too. Not that I don't love Blair.
Yes, I love her
so much.
I love her.
Yeah, and I'm Team Blair.
Crit, did you watch Gossip Girls?
I love Blair.
No, I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch the new one. You watched the
new one.
Even though you're like, it's so stupid.
So stupid.
Yeah, I didn't watch the new one. Kristen, oh my God. I did not know this about you.
She's like, this is our last podcast episode. We cannot continue.
I have to hang up before I lose my...
The Gossip Girlies are no more.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Kristen, I am making it a mission for us to literally binge watch every episode when I see you in May. I don't care what Courtney wants for her birthday. I am watching Gossip Girlie with you the whole weekend.
Okay, that's fine.
Then we'll do the mole episode, and then we'll do like
yes, we're just really back to back solid content.
And then my fiance and I, we watched Barry, HBO. That just came back for the final season. Bill Hader is an amazing actor. Do you know Bill Hader from SNL?
I watched it, yeah.
Okay, so
I don't know which one he is.
It's so good. This is the last season.
My brother was watching it.
Did you see Trainwreck, Cassie?
Yes, actually,
he
you
was
know what?
he was like the love interest. He was
Okay,
the doctor.
I do think I know who you're talking about, but I literally went to watch Trainwreck and I left like 20 minutes into it because it was so fucking horrible.
Because you ran out of
Really?
Yeah, I should have brought alcohol to that one. I didn't. I don't particularly like Amy Schumer, but
I don't either.
Oh my gosh, I could not watch the movie.
I feel that.
But he's like goofy looking, like tall guy. Now he's actually dating Ali Wong.
Oh,
from Beef. Did you watch Beef?
No,
I didn't, but I have seen it. I love Ali Wong. Oh my gosh, COVID literally ruined me seeing her live in DC. I'm so fucking mad.
I was gonna say I only knew her as a comedian, but now she's at that Netflix show, which I think I'm through episode 3. I don't know. My sister and her husband loved Beef, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm feeling it.
There was a movie on Netflix she was into. I can't remember what it Always Be My Maybe, I think.
Yes.
Really cute. Would recommend.
Yeah, love her. Basically, we just been like an HBO Max constantly. We're rewatching Entourage, which is like one of my favorites.
Oh, I actually saw that guy that plays I think he's the manager, maybe. I saw him at Arlington. Yes, I saw him live at Arlington Draft House.
Yeah, because he's a comedian now.
Yeah, did you go with us to that one?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
He's so good in Entourage. Like amazing, amazing, amazing.
Oh, he called me out because I said that The Rock, he was basically talking about how he went and he did all the studying to become an actor and did all the hard work. And he was like, The Rock just came in and took it over and like, he doesn't deserve it. And I was like, yes, he does. And he was like, okay, ma'am, like, why do you think The Rock deserves it? I'm like, he's an actor. He's a entrepreneur. He has his own tequila. He's a wrestler. Like, he does all this stuff. He earned it. He didn't have to go out and do these other things. Okay. And he did.
That's amazing. Is he a good comedian, Jeremy Piven?
I didn't hate the set. I'll say that, but I've seen better like amateur comedians there than him.
Yeah. He's now like, he did have a podcast too. I don't think he does it anymore because he did stand up. But he's also from like Chicago. So he was so good at Entourage though. What else am I binging? I don't know if Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. That's also
I haven't watched that. Is it good?
It's actually so good. And
it looks cute.
Timey things, but just the 50s and 60s. And I forget the main actress's name. She's really good.
Isn't it Alison Brie?
She looks like her, but I don't think it's actually her. Like I don't remember her name, but you really have to pay attention. I talk so fast. These people on this show talk so fast, and I am like trying to catch it all. It's really a talent.
I saw Girls Gotta Eat promoting it, and sometimes I don't know. Sometimes when I'm getting something pushed down my throat, it makes me want to watch it even less. Yeah, so I haven't, but if you're saying that it's good, I might give it a shot.
I think you would really like it. And then the last one, which, oh my God, do I have a life? I just watch TV. Yeah, true. I work from home, so.
Yeah, me too. So you watch a lot of TV.
TV podcasts. Single Drunk Female, which the first season was so amazing. And that also, a lot of podcasts are advertising it. But I haven't watched season 2 yet, but that's like a Fox show. So Hulu.
Girls, right?
Oh, and I finished Girls, which was a rewatch on HBO, Lena Dunham show.
I never watched it.
A lot of people hate Lena Dunham, but she will always have like a special place in my heart. Girls is really, really good.
Okay.
It's like a younger Sex in the City, which I really could rewatch that too.
Oh, I love Sex in the City.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what are you? Are you a Carrie, Samantha, Miranda, or Charlotte?
I've taken quizzes and they always say Carrie. But I don't know. I really don't know that I fit just one of them, but I suppose maybe Carrie the most. It makes sense. Definitely not a Miranda.
Oh, as long as I'm not a Miranda, I'm fine. Like
that's how I feel too.
Carrie and Samantha. I'm a Samantha, but not like.
That's how I feel too. Like I'm not gonna fuck any random man off the street or getting his sex swing when I just met him. Like I'm not doing that.
But you're also not like the extreme Charlotte.
No. Yes,
right.
I think I've had Kristen take the quiz too, and that's who she got, and that made a lot of sense.
But I got.
That's why it works.
Who?
You were Charlotte.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And we're both
fine.
Blanches from Golden Girl.
That's fine.
I love Golden Girls. That's like my
Golden
favorite
Girls.
show ever.
That's such a good comfort show.
Yes. So Cass, what are you watching?
I just finished Love is Blind season 4.
Okay. So can you tell me what happened with the live finale? Because I remember seeing people like freaking out about it, but like I don't watch it.
Everyone's being so dramatic. There's like these fucking mean girls, and I'm like, they're not even being that bad. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, have you not watched like Summer House, Winter House, Real
Any other
Housewives?
show?
Yes. Okay, they had a little bit of a mean girl attitude towards some people on the show, and it was whatever. I think the more dramatic part was the one couple that was together, and then she pretty much said he wasn't manly enough for her, and then started dating another guy that was her other pick on the show. So that part I thought was way worse than the mean girls. I was like, who cares about the mean girls? Like, I don't care about the mean girls. Why did reality TV?
I didn't watch, but why did so many people get invested in this season? And then I did hear about the drama where like Netflix
like didn't play the live.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like
they said something
a live
about
special
it at the beginning, and they're like, now that we're actually live, I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah, is that because they had so many people try to watch it live?
Like broke.
They broke Netflix.
Yeah,
I didn't pay attention to that, but there was one couple who split up, which was one of the mean girls and one of the guys split up, and then he proposed to someone else that he liked. And then there was the other couple who did break up because she said he wasn't manly enough for her. And she started dating the other guy.
Was the other guy like a lumberjack? Like what?
He was
right.
He was huge.
He was literally.
It almost looked like he had a little tiny pinhead because he was so big.
Oh God.
I don't get
like
it. Marshall's way cuter. Please go back to Marshall. I don't understand. Anyways, but now they didn't go to the reunion, but they did have an interview like recorded so they could be on the reunion, and it was like, we're still together a year later, blah blah blah, and Marshall did all this shit and blah 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 and some slur and blah blah blah. I'm like, what is going on? Like, she's like blaming Marshall for everything. I'm like, girl, you decided to like leave him and go to this pinhead guy. I'm like, I don't understand.
Not the pinhead,
right?
Okay,
like if you want a big lumberjack man, you can find one with a bigger head.
Is that how you guys are too? I'm bad with names on reality shows, especially. So we'll always be like, oh, like yellow bikini girl.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Pinhead guy. It's so funny.
yes.
But
especially ones like that where there are so many people you have to remember. Like there was a show Kristen made me watch where I felt that way. John and Kate +8. I couldn't remember those kids' names to save my fucking life.
Yeah, no.
Well, I mean, they all looked literally alike, and they were all like 2, so they didn't really have any like defining. Like one didn't have a tattoo or something.
Yeah, I didn't watch that, but I watched 19 Kids and Counting and all those and counting.
I unfortunately can recognize all of the Duggars, unfortunately.
Oh yes.
Yeah, she's a big Duggar girl.
You guys talked about Chrisley. Chrisley knows best. What was that? TLC or Bravo?
That was
or neither.
No, it was like A&E or something.
Okay,
random,
yeah,
like
it was something random. I can't
Yeah.
remember what it is.
I was like, oh, flipping through channels. Okay, I'll watch.
Yeah,
this.
I feel like it was
Yes.
always on.
I loved it. I loved it
Whenever
so
you're in a
much.
hotel room, Chrisley Knows Best is always on.
Yeah.
That's
why. And
So-
Wedding Crashers.
And Forensic Files. That's what my family watches. We watch Forensic Files. That's
Oh,
what
I feel that. Criminal Minds, SVU, all of that.
Yes.
Sign me up.
yeah,
That's definitely A&E marathon every weekend. Yeah.
that's
Yes.
all I watch besides my reality TV. It's like
I've been
Murder and reality TV.
There you go.
I've been rewatching Teen Mom 2 because it just brings me such comfort.
Yes.
It just
I
like
love
it's like
the show.
it's like laying down with just like a weighted blanket on because I know exactly how it ends. I know that Leah and Corey get divorced. I know that she ends up with Jeremy and then they get divorced. You know, it's just so nice. Like you know exactly what's gonna happen. But
I love the comfort. I watch a lot of comfort movies, so that's what I did this week.
Yes, How to Lose a
Yeah.
Guy in 10 Days is like, if it's
That's
on
such a
Netflix
movie.
and they haven't taken it off for like, they'll take it off and put it back on like 3 weeks later. They're so dumb. But
always been
immediately I'm
Netflix.
putting it on and going to sleep. Like,
Yep.
Oh goodness. We need someone to get Miss Leah though from Teen Mom, because isn't she going like through her third divorce, or did they never get married?
No, they were engaged.
Okay.
And it definitely seemed promising because it seemed like a stable relationship for once for her. But then they got engaged and then like very quickly called off the engagement.
Yeah, anyone who wants to date her is not mentally stable. I'm sorry.
But she still only has 3 kids.
Thank God. She probably got her 2
yeah.
Macy on that season?
Macy? No, she's OG. She was on
OG.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get them confused.
I know.
Poor girl. Oh my God.
She has too many kids. What, she have 3 or 4?
Yeah, I want to say 4. Because she has Bentley, and then I think she has 3 kids with her
current man's.
Yeah, I forget his name. But
no, not Ryan. I don't remember what his name is. Ryan,
yeah, I can see his.
They're all named Ryan or something.
I know. It's like red flag number 1. His name is Ryan.
I think one of the kids that she had with her new husband was an accident though, because it is like exactly like 10 months younger than the other one.
Yes.
And I feel like she
the
talked
2
about
older ones that they have.
Yeah, such a trend right now.
That's a big trend right now.
Right after having their first baby, I'm like, stop.
I know. I'm like, do y'all listen to the doctor when they tell you you are most fertile after you have this baby? Like when we're telling you not to do things, it's so you don't have a child like 10 months after you just push one out.
Right. I was like, I've never been pregnant. I don't have kids, but it's making me nauseous thinking about back to back.
God. And like, you have 2 babies that are like not potty trained. They can't talk. They can't even walk, most of them. Like, it's just like, that's too much. It's too much.
Having twins without the twins.
Oh,
yeah.
Ugh, that's what I'm hoping for, though, y'all. I'm going to be real. I want twins. Just one and done.
2 babies,
yep.
1 pregnancy.
Yep. And my biological father is a twin, and then my boyfriend's father is also a twin. So I'm just like, really lucky.
Oh my God.
Let's do
fingers crossed. If it's 2 boys, though, I can't do it. I'll have to do it again, but
exactly.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, the twin thing I've always wanted. My mom thought she'd have twins and then didn't, but since I've been like a kid, I've always had best friends that are twins, and it's like a weird thing. Like my neighbors growing up were twins, like, and I was best friends with them. And then all through, like, even in high school, like one of my best friends, she had a twin brother, and he didn't even go to our school. My mom's like, wait, she's a twin? Like, that's so weird.
I think it's
not being friends with them.
If it is a boy and a girl, because I could not imagine having a twin sister and being compared to somebody so closely, even if you were fraternal. I couldn't.
Yeah. I feel like I'm the same, where I've like just had so many like this is gonna sound so weird. Sorry if you're listening, Mom. She's been married 3 times, and all of them were twins.
So
and then
weird.
and like growing up, I also had friends that I went to school with and like had known since the day I came out of the womb that were twins. And I just like, one of my old coworkers, I remember he was saying he kept seeing signs about twins. Like there were twins in this movie that he was watching, like with his son, like right before they found out. And I'm just like, is this the way the universe tells you?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, apparently we're having twins then.
Okay, congrats! Yay!
Congratulations!
Yes, thank you so much. We'll have a combined birthday party for all 4 of them.
The pregnancy pack,
even like
the pregnancy pack.
I'm planning my pregnancy like my mom planned to not have Geminis.
No, my mom is a Gemini, and she's a saint though. Like literally, my mom is a Gemini, and she defies all the
my
Gemini
horse is a Gemini, and he's a Gemini. He's the worst thing ever, and he hates me.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm an Aquarius, and I'm gonna do all that I can to have an Aquarius.
Aquarius.
When's
your birthday?
January 26th.
Okay, February 10th.
Okay.
I'm like,
if this bitch also has my birthday, like
it's a wrap.
I was like, I think we're moving to Raleigh. Like,
I was like, oh, my legal name is Cassie. No,
I go by Catherine, but my real name is Cassandra.
Yeah, I think February 18th turns into Pisces.
I'm gonna tell you, Kristen's a Libra. My boyfriend's a Libra. I would have a Libra, but those are the 2 I'm really aiming for, a Libra or an Aquarius. I need it.
Yeah, that's who you get along with and vibe with. My fiance said Leo, but he's that August Leo. So like the opposite of me and like calm and quiet, where I hear July Leos are like,
yeah,
classic Leo. But you're
I'm an Aries.
Because she's
that makes sense a lot.
My boyfriend's a Taurus, so it's like,
oh yeah,
oh gosh,
yikes.
No, just kidding.
What is Will, Kristen? What is his sign?
He's a Scorpio.
Okay. There is nothing Scorpio about him.
Yeah, he's late October though. So not like the typical like Drake Scorpio energy, even though he's like, yeah, me and Drake. Even though I think Drake's birthday is like the day after his.
I was gonna say my boyfriend's birthday is literally Lil Wayne's birthday, so I take that.
Drake and Lil Wayne, like two of the greatest. So
100%.
Can't go wrong.
I know. Once he told me that, I was like, if I wasn't already sold on this,
like
it's over now. Lil Wayne's my favorite rapper ever. This is right here.
Locked. I literally saw Drake versus Lil Wayne in concert in Chicago forever ago. Probably like 9 years ago.
I feel like that would be so interesting because they're such different styles.
Right. Yeah. Drake versus Lil Wayne. And obviously they had like Young Money and a bunch of songs together, but I think you had to vote and then Drake won the concert.
Too many simps in place.
Yeah, they like you like voted. I'm like, I didn't have what app on the phone. Like
I'm like, I want to see Drake rap about Doritos and make it something that I remember for the rest of my life.
Yes. Yeah. Like I think I love Drake because how can you not like his music?
Yeah.
But Lil Wayne is probably like the best lyricist ever.
Yes, 100%. Oh my gosh, I love him.
Obsessed. I'm just over here like, well, it's funny because you and Danny like country, and I mean Danny likes rap too, but then like her boyfriend and me like rap and like hip hop, so that meshes well too. Yeah,
it's always a fight on who's getting aux so we can listen to
like who's winning this fight.
I know my boyfriend listens to a lot of rap too, but like I feel like after high school, like, I mean, I guess in college I listened to a lot of rap, but like after that, I just like, I'm like, the stuff that comes out now is trash.
Oh, complete trash.
Yeah, like, it's rough.
I'm like, do I even like music anymore?
Like, how do these people get a record deal? I don't know.
I don't know, but that like with any singers too, like
yes,
can't sing these days, and I'm like, why are you singing that?
Yes, he's over here like listening to like Lil Durk, and I'm like, who is that? Like
Pop Smoke.
Oh my gosh, Pooh Bear or whatever his name is.
Pooh Shiesty.
Yeah, Pooh Shiesty.
Pooh Shiesty. Isn't he dead?
No, I think I think he's with us.
Did not die.
No, I know. Well, I don't know, but
I think Pop Smoke is dead.
One of them's dead.
Pop Smoke.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
And Juice WRLD is dead.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
May he rest in peace.
He was my favorite. Like
I liked him.
Oh,
yeah. He was like The Weeknd, but a little bit like
he was emo rap, which is just
I was gonna say
yeah.
almost sadder, but I don't know. Dear Melancholy really took into a sadder place, I think.
Oh, I'm so upset. I'll never see Juice WRLD in concert. Now the Chicago boy.
You can talk about that with my brother.
Yeah, her brother's a huge Juice WRLD fan too. It's okay. I have a sweatshirt of him. That's the closest I'll get to him.
But I feel like they're releasing like all of these songs from him. They gotta make like a hologram of him and have some
Michael Jackson.
Yes.
They can do it. They have the technology.
Right. Michael Jackson is a tough one for me because like I really do think he did all those things that they say he did, but also Billie Jean is not my lover. I mean, this man is amazing. Like
Diana is truly dirty.
Thank you, Kristen. Thank you. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, just so talented.
A fan of his music.
Right. Yes, exactly. Period. Yeah, exactly. Period. Okay, I know we're like taking forever because this has been like so much fucking fun.
Yeah, this has been so fun.
This is why we didn't record this past week.
You're like, this is gonna be good.
Like
I have a
3
feeling.
weeks of material.
So I want to know because I heard y'all mention Real Housewives. Kristen has watched some because I've forced her to watch it and she has not hated it. But what is your favorite franchise and who is your favorite housewife? I need to know.
Oh my God. I love this. Do you have one already?
No, because I still am working on my rounds.
I have one, but I also have only dabbled in Miami, Orange County, and Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills is my all-time favorite.
Okay. Do love Beverly Hills.
Dorit forever.
Oh Lord, not Dorit.
She goes, okay, we were getting along.
I hope this girl is about to say Kyle. I love fucking Kyle. I don't hate.
Okay, yeah, I like Kyle.
I'm just like,
I just want to stare at Dorit.
Yeah, so. She's very pretty.
Like, I love what she wears. I love mostly like most of her personality. I just think she's the most fun to watch for me.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
But like I loved when Denise Richards and stuff was on. That season was crazy.
That was a good season. I heard she's coming back as a friend of.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So not a permanent whatever. But I didn't watch when like Kathy Hilton was on, but I like her.
Honestly, I've always loved Kyle. She's been one of my favorites forever. I love her.
She's kind of the perfect housewife in general.
Yes, there's a reason she has been on all 13, 14, however many seasons. I really did not like learning about how Kathy Hilton treated her. Like, I did not like it at all.
Yeah, that was messy.
She was so mean to her, and I just hated it. But I have to say my favorite housewife of all time is the great Nene Leakes.
Oh, okay. I do like her, and I love Portia.
Oh my God, yes, I love.
Oh my God,
Portia.
I do love Portia, and I like looking at her.
Yes, Atlanta has been one of my longtime favorites.
Yeah, Atlanta's good.
But I will say Potomac, it's newer, but it has come up in the rankings as one of my favorites too.
I mean, that place just, who knew? I didn't know Potomac existed. And then like
Nova for like 3 years.
This is a lot of money. Yeah.
It was
a geography lesson as well.
Well, it's like famous for being like one of the richest areas of African Americans. So that's the only reason I kind of knew about it, like even being up in DC.
Yeah.
But
yeah, a lot of people love that one. Love Potomac. Yeah.
It's so good. I love anybody who will get physical. But Cass, which one's yours? I'm excited to hear.
Okay, so I didn't watch Real Housewives a lot. So I've been slowly like watching them some. I've watched a little bit of Miami with Catherine. And then I started with Orange County because I was
the OG.
in Orange County. So like,
okay.
OG, and we're starting where I'm from.
Cass also will be like, well, that started 15 years ago. That's fine. I'm gonna start from the beginning.
Literally, that's exactly what I did.
So.
And it was worth it because in the beginning it's so fucking cringy.
I love it. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at their funny phones.
Yes.
So I like it. I like it a lot. I think they're crazy. Like, I'm like, okay, so I just have to keep working on it. But
where are you both from? Because you guys met in college?
Yeah, we went to JMU. I don't know if you've heard of it being in Raleigh. I'm from Martinsville, Virginia, which is literally like 10 minutes over the North Carolina border.
Okay.
And I'm from Fredericksburg, Virginia, which is like an hour south of DC.
Cool.
Yeah, I lived in DC area for a year. I lived in Vienna, Virginia.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was in Arlington Falls Church, and Kristen was in Arlington Herndon, right?
Yeah. Arlington, then Herndon, not at the same time. That would have been annoying as hell.
I loved living up there, but
I know
my boyfriend and I, we've known each other since kindergarten, and so when we started, it's just like it was like it's closer to my family.
Yeah,
I could be remote for my job, so I was like, makes sense.
I mean, like he already had his roots down there. Like
he started a business. Like his business partner's here, his clients are here, his family is here. So I wasn't about to ask this man, like, can you leave everything to come to Arlington with me?
Right.
So
that's awesome.
But so how did you guys get to Raleigh? Where are you guys from? You said you were born in Orange County?
Yeah, so I was born and raised pretty much, except minus the time in Virginia for a year.
In Vienna.
San Francisco Bay Area.
Oh.
And then I decided to go to college out here. I went to Elon University. And then,
okay. That's where my boyfriend went to law school.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh.
One of my best friends is in law school there right now.
Yeah.
So I met my boyfriend who's from North Carolina. He's from the Winston-Salem area. And then he got a job after college in the Research Triangle. So we came and moved to Raleigh area. And I just followed along. I'm like, okay. And now
Raleigh is like
now she won't leave
booming.
because I'm
She just didn't know it yet.
I'm like, I want to go home. I want to go back to California, not the Bay, but I want to go
to like another part.
SoCal or Tahoe.
So where are you from, Catherine?
Yes, I'm from a big
Chicago
suburb,
right.
called Naperville, which some people know it, but I usually just be like, I'm from Chicago. People are like,
yes,
really, the city? And I was like, no. It's the suburbs.
Yeah, I'm a recruiter, so we used to recruit for tech out there. So I'm very familiar with all the little suburbs out there.
Yeah, yes, and it's a big one. Naperville.
Yeah.
And so my family still lives there, and then my now fiance, we just got engaged in February, so it is weird saying fiance. Like,
congratulations!
Thank you.
That is so exciting.
So weird saying it though, you know, like fiance sounds like pretentious and weird, and
right.
With fiance.
And it's like from boyfriend. Yeah. I was like, boyfriend, husband is normal to say, but fiance is not normal to say.
Oh yeah. I feel like a husband's gonna be a hard one to get into.
Say hubby.
That's my man.
Husband.
I say man's a lot, like on the pod, because I'm not thinking. It's just more fun to say. So he grew up about 30 minutes from me, and we were probably dating for 2 years. Yeah, because we've been here 2 years in Raleigh area. So we were dating for 2 years, and then we literally blindly kind of picked, like, we're moving to North Carolina, and we're 12, 13 hours away from our families. And picked North Carolina because it's close to the mountains and it's close to the beach. It used to be affordable. Like we all know it's not.
Especially Raleigh
than Illinois, but we're so happy we moved here because we really do want to stay in North Carolina. So, I mean, being able to drive to the beach and do a day trip to the mountains. My sister and my brother-in-law, her husband, actually live in Hickory. So that's close to the mountains in like Charlotte area. So that's nice. So I do have family close, but we're not going to leave this area anytime.
I've always, I grew up in Virginia, Southwest Virginia. So very familiar with North Carolina. I would never, like, literally North Carolina is probably the only other state that I would move to, because exactly what you said, like we have mountains on this side and the beach on the other side. We get all 4 seasons.
Nothing against the Midwest, but right, like it's just so much better here weather-wise. Oh my God, like it's so nice today. I mean, it rained yesterday, but like today was 75 and sunny, or 70 and sunny. It's like the perfect weather. So
what do you guys do? Like, what are your jobs? I always like, especially when we just meet and we're like just chatting.
I know.
I'm like, what could you possibly do for work?
Yeah, thank God I work from home for a publishing company. So we do have an office close by. We go in once a week, but thank God, like I love my boss and my team. And I'm basically just like on Excel all day, which is so funny. Like I'm an Excel nerd, but I love working from home. It's the best. But I went to college for teaching, and I'm not a teacher.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was a teacher for 4 years and was like, I'm done.
Yeah, that's exhausting.
Yeah, it was hell. Like, it was hell.
I feel like you're one of
like my job now better.
There's like this mass exodus of teachers right now. So I'm sure you are not alone.
Oh gosh, yeah. I'm one of that 50% that doesn't work in their major or whatever.
Yeah.
So Cass, what do you do?
I'm currently a nanny, so I have a little baby I watch.
That sounds like the best job ever.
And I've been with her since she was 4 months old. So
oh my gosh,
I've seen all of her growing. And now she walks. She's starting to talk and say more words.
We're like obsessed with babies, so
yeah. See, it's like I really don't know how I feel about having my own right now, but I'm obsessed with the ones I can give back.
Yeah. That's how I feel about dogs. Like I love Sadie, but you know, when it comes to the parenting, I'm like,
it's a lot more work than I was anticipating. That's for sure.
Once it like pees and poos and barks or cries, it's hard.
Yeah.
All of the basic functions.
All right, ladies. Well, please tell everyone where they can find you on Instagram, on other platforms that you use.
We are on Instagram and TikTok at Katherine Squared Pod. So really fun. We're really
easy
bad
to remember.
at keeping up with it, but
And so is y'all's title just Katherine Squared, or is it like the Katherine Squared Podcast?
No,
or
it's
Just Katherine Squared.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And Instagram, TikTok, luckily we have the same handle.
Yeah.
Katherine Squared Pod.
Perfect. Well, I know for sure that I want to do this again.
Yes,
if y'all are doing your drink of the month thing, I'm telling you, I'm ready to come in and do Tom Hanks Diet Cocaine.
Yes. Oh my gosh, because I never heard of it. You guys are so fun and easy to talk to. This was like the most fun ever.
I know. I agree. I had so much fun. Well, Kristen usually does our wrap up unless you
that's right. Then you guys are organized because we're always like,
well, anyways, like bye, I guess.
Bye.
To our gossip girlies, thank you as always for listening, and please give us a 5-star rating. And if you love us, we know that you are going to love Katherine Squared, so be sure to check them out, listen to all their stuff, follow them on Instagram, follow them on TikTok, and all the rest. And thank you guys so much for your time. It was awesome. And we will talk to you soon.
Yes. Thank you guys.
For coming on.
Bye.
Yeah.